This is the Diagnostic Lab on the St. Paul campus of the University of Minnesota. If you're fortunate, you probably haven't seen it. I think most of you are familiar with the lab. We're the state lab for not only pigs. Pigs are mostly what we do, but for all species of animals. And so I want to talk this morning about a project we worked on at request of, in general, pork producers on disease mapping. It was specifically designed or aimed at PRRS. And so I needed to acknowledge Mary Thurn, who did essentially all the work on this, all the computer work, software development, and got things done on this. And so why do we want to do this? And in general, to me, it's pretty straightforward, is try to identify locations positive for disease in a timely manner in order to give livestock producers the opportunity to make decisions on disease control or avoidance. And that's, to me, just pretty basic. Try to keep people from doing stupid things that they can avoid. And so, with this, we want to develop a map system that can automatically update, because a lot of the problems, concerns with the disease reporting, as Dave mentioned, is you get a positive and someone may not know for days, weeks, or longer that something's come up positive, and that's a real flaw in trying to avoid spreading diseases around. And so we want a system that can automatically update on a daily basis, and then something that's available to people on a secure website. So this is something you could look up from your laptop, from your tablet, from your BlackBerry, and gain access to and see what the status is for a disease. And again, we picked on PRRS to start with. We identified, asked some volunteers to provide us their site names, premise IDs, coordinates for farm locations, to work in designing the software for this. A couple of the biggest challenges on this was the site data. Most of it was really accurate. There was a fair number that when we put them on the map, we had a farm located in the middle of a field. And so it involved a lot of work just going through, not only with individuals' data, but with the data from the Board of Animal Health to get everything accurately located in the software, because when this program works, it goes through every day, every night, uploads results based on premise IDs and loads them up onto the map. So if you're going to use this, you want the right results on the right spot. The other challenge on this that it's always an issue to some extent is paperwork coming into the lab. It may seem pretty straightforward that, if you put your farm name on, we can look the name up and put a premise ID on, which we can do, but if you think about it, there's a lot of farms with similar names. They're commonly not spelled correctly when they come in, and so sometimes it's kind of a guessing match if you want to just start asking data entry people to look at forms and put IDs on there. So we really need the premise ID on submission forms to make this type of procedure work. And that, like I said, it's really something basic, but it's probably one of our biggest challenges on this. We had this ready to go in September of this year, so we could go out and search the data that's coming in. We could look up farm names and PCR results and load them up onto a map. Again, this is based on a voluntary participation. This isn't a regulated disease. It's not something we do without consent from users or ownership. People gain access to this map through a secure website, username, password. Right now it's set up if you've got a group of people that want to agree to share results. We could set up a group username, password, so 4, 5, 6 different people can participate. Everyone can participate if they want to. It's just that when you have one participant, a map doesn't do a lot of good with just one person on there. The map shows location by ownership, and I'll show you some examples on this on some subsequent slides. It has a text box with it that contain different things in it: site name, ownership, PRRS status, when they were last tested, last test result, cut pattern for their PRRS sequence, is an interpretation with it, is it a wild virus, is it a vaccine virus, and right now we have it set up to show their last three testing dates. And so this is just kind of a large view map. We have it set up right now, colored by ownership, and that can be changed as people may require or want. On the text boxes right now, we'll have a little positive mark for a site that's positive. We'll have an N for a site that's negative, and if you've got a site on there that hasn't been tested or doesn't have results, it just has an empty box on there. So you can kind of look at this quickly and see who's positive, who's negative, and who hasn't been tested. And then more specifically, when you go to one of those little colored boxes on there, you can click on it, and you get this text box that shows up. And again, it has the date that it was last tested, test result, and if it has a sequence from it, what the cut pattern may be from that sequence. Is it a vaccine virus? Is it a field type virus? And so you can get down to a farm specific level with this map. And again, this is something that would automatically get updated every night. So you get up in the morning, click on the website, see if any status has changed. If you got trucks going out, oops, these positive over here, we'll route them a different way. Any way you want to make use of the information. So I don't know if it really should call them problems. There are some concerns now with this type of system, is that if you're in a user group, someone can see your results as fast as you can. They can pinpoint them essentially to a location. And main thing is, are you comfortable doing that? That's people are agreeable. They like the idea of mapping, and sometimes when it comes to this point in time, to actually put them on the map, there's a level of discomfort, I think, that goes along with that, and that's certainly understandable. But that's really something producers have to decide. Are we going to do this? Can we make use of this? Liability concerns, again, that's, I think, something that people don't like to think about. It happens, the topic comes up, but again, I think as a group, that's something you're going to have to decide on how to approach if you want to make use of this type of a system. Mapping misinterpretations, I think Dave brought up a lot of the points on there. The tendency is, if you're on a map, if you got a positive out there and then you turn up positive, it says, okay, I got my virus from this person. We know from experience that it's not that straightforward. When you look at this type of map, you can automatically tell, are they participating, are they testing, are they not testing, how frequently are they testing, and so there's a lot of things that you can see about what other people are doing that obviously can bring up some levels of discomfort on other people looking at your data, how you test your pigs, how frequently you test your pigs, and all those type of things. And so, in summary, it's ready to use. It has some input with it as far as verifying sites and IDs, making sure everything matches up. Once that's done and the paperwork comes in with a premise ID, it's pretty straightforward. We can load those up. Again, the computer sweeps through every night about 2 in the morning and loads up all the new results onto the map, and then boom, it's there. It's ready for people to look at on a website. Other disease potentials, it's just not PRRS. You can think about TGE, you can think about erysipelas, other disease possibilities that may be nice to know about.